So there are these new two updates for your CPU chipset and your operating system, Windows 11 23H2 if you're using that. And for downloading these new chipset drivers for your CPU, you can go to this website amd.com, and drivers and sports section. You'll have two options to download. If you choose this one, this will automatically choose and download it, install it for your system, and also you can search here for your graphics card, drivers, processor, chipsets, and other things. So from here, as I'm using 7600 Ryzen, it's AM5 platform. You just click here, whatever the motherboard you have, you choose that one. B650 is mine, and then once you submit, you'll see two different options for Windows 10 and Windows 11 here. The newest chipset drivers are here on the top, 63 megabytes, and once you downloaded it, it's simply leading you to the installation wizard. And this is the update for your CPU. It's AMD chipset drivers. And also there's this new update for Windows, which basically increases the gaming performance. If you download that one, it's an optional Windows update. You need to go to the Windows update section. Once you check for the new updates, you'll see there's in here, just below this button in this section, you'll see that optional update. You should download that because it's giving you, I mean, for all CPUs, actually, for all computers, there's a gaming performance boost, like 15, even 20% boost. In my case, for CSGO, Counter-Strike 2, it's a new name now. Like there's been like 15% increase, FPS increase, I have realized. So basically, this is a content that you can download, and this will give you like overall 10% like average performance uplift. So here now I'll just start overclocking the CPU again to compare the performance difference. So I'll just increase this number a little bit further. I'm not making it to 200 because it's giving too much voltage. And from here, curve optimizer, we can increase to something like 18. And what is happening? And we can maybe increase the power limit too. Actually, yeah, let's see how much power we can draw now, because before the maximum was 115, I could see. And let's try 135, 140, let's say, if we can do this. And also let's increase this one too, because this is just a test. Let's see how much we can go. Curve optimizer 31, and boost clock override 200 megahertz, PPT 140, and yeah, we'll see what kind of performance we're gonna have now, or if we will have a black screen or crash. And yeah, let's reboot it. Okay, we are here at the desktop. Let's just quit this one and let's wait for AMD Adrenaline app. That's gonna start. It's on the list here. When the computer starts, the AMD app is gonna start together with Steam application. We are gonna turn Steam off first, and then yeah, let's check the temperatures and everything else before starting here with the CPU Z. So what we have here, maximum boost clock 5.350 and the voltage 1.24. Not too much yet because we haven't done anything, and temperatures quite normal for now. And let's see what's going to happen once we start this test bench CPU. And if there's anything else running in the background, let's check. Yeah, no. Okay. Let's bench. Yeah, I can say that there's definitely a performance increase, even for single core and even multi-core performance increased. It was I never saw 6100 multi-core performance points before. Yeah, the single thread is okay, the same, not increased, but the multi-core score seems like increased. Oh yeah, and if you close this, and by the way, the temperatures have seen maximum 82 and the voltage was 1.3. And once we close this application and start stress test again, probably we'll see higher score, at least 1% or 2% more than this. Yeah, as you can see, we have seen 6200, and it's like, yeah, 3% difference for CPU Z. Overclocking seems like giving you more performance, and this is like, yeah, okay, we got an improvement from Windows. It was giving like a overall 10%, maybe 10% average FPS increase, and also multi-core performance increase for CPU Z test. And then if you go Cinebench with our near overclocked CPU, our system. And by the way, I forgot to check the power draw when it was using CPU Z. Anyway, we can just check now, because Cinebench is also going to draw maximum power from the motherboard. So let's start this, and then let's check the temperatures first. We have seen close 90s already. I think this is gonna be stable at 90 degrees. It will average 90 degrees, and our clocks 5.2, all cores again on Cinebench. And temperatures are normal for Zen 4 AM5 platform. it's red because I set the maximum temperature before throttle 90. That's why it's showing an alarm, basically saying that it's too close to your limits, just be careful. And what we have now, here I'm going to start this test again because that window was open, so the real score will be over 15k for Cinebench test. And I also forgot to check the power draw again, so I will just start another test after this one and then check the power limit. If it's pulling more than 115, that means that we have like a power draw increase. Configured by AMD and Windows together. Yeah, it's 15k. And let's check the power draw. This will be the final thing that we are checking. Again, clock speed's 5.2. When it's full underload, it's pulling 124 volts, and temperatures are high, like 90s. Seems stable, and power draw is still 111.12. Yeah, there's basically there's no power draw difference between this version and the other version of AMD chipsets and the Windows optional update. I have seen there's no power draw difference. So let's set up a new overclocking configuration to try it for the next 2 weeks, a couple of weeks at least. So what we can just set it to 200 megahertz boost clock. The thermal throttle limit is 90. I'll leave it like that, and then I set the curve optimizer to 26. And maybe we can make the CPU like a 105 watt CPU, maximum power draw. I mean, it's not going to be same as like 7600X model or 7700X. They pull like 100, close to 150 watts power, I think. So I will just set a 103 here, and then when I go to Windows, when I check the power drive on hardware info, it will say that this is going to pull maximum 105 watts. It's always like 2 watts more than what you type here. So yeah, this is our new overclocking profile. Let's save this one and go test it. It's Cinebench and CPUs at these two benchmark a stress test program will be enough for us. Okay, so this is the last condition of our CPU. The last overclocking will give us this much temperature and clock speeds. I'm not gonna have a look at the multi-core performance score. I mean, CPU Z, what is the multi-thread score? I don't care about that now because I'll kind of have the performance that I need, that I wanted to have. And now I am setting the temperatures. Now I don't want to see 90 degrees, so I just dropped the power draw down to 105. It was put in 115, so this is like 10 watts less than the full overclocking, the full PBO overclocking. So once we start the Cinebench here, we'll see the clocks are 5.1, all cores with the voltage of 1.2 here, and then temperatures are 85. Probably it will stay here even if we continue for half an hour. For half an hour, I couldn't speak English for a long time, so forgive my language. Yeah, this will stay below 90 degrees for sure. It's okay. We can stop that one, and then we can just see the CPU Z very quickly. Just the temperatures and frequency we're going to have a look at. Our voltage is 1.315. Looks like the stock voltage. Seems like it was like that when I first booted the computer with the CPU. So once we bench this one, our score is close to 6,000. Yeah, and for sure, if we close this window, it will be over 6,000, and that's more than 7600X version of the CPU. And single core is this, the multi-core is this, and temperatures are 86.5. Frequencies are boosting up to 5.350, and yeah, this is going to be my last overclocking setting that I'm going to use for the next 2 weeks. For the viewers who want to see the last final multi-core performance and single, I'll start a new test. Because Steam was open and there was one other window more open and running in the background, that's why our score was a little lower. But for now, yeah, this is the real benchmarking process now. So our last look is the same, like this one.